He really didn't care. He needed the money. He was struggling. He was, miles and miles away. Really doesn't come down south. He was going to sell the property and, basically leave his mother, out to dry. Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the most difficult deal I've closed in my entire real estate career. I started in about 2014 when I first got started, and I kind of struggled my way through. Didn't have any mentors or coaches or anything, but I bumped my head, lots of bruises, and now I feel fairly confident in any situation when it comes to a single family transaction, residential transaction. But this deal almost made me quit. I almost say, screw it, I'm out of here. But I found the lead, through cold calling. We spoke, and they wanted to sell the property, so I go out to the house. They told me that they weren't going to be there, which is totally fine. It had some tenants there, and so I went out. First time, be on the door. No one came to the door, so I said, this is strange. So I called them while I was at the house. I said, you know what? Just go around back and you should be able to get in from the back door. I said, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Someone's living here. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So, I got pictures, got videos, and I had the property on the contract at a great price. So I knew I could make some money. So I got in the contract without seeing the inside, sending it out to my buyers. And several people reached out to me. So I got a buyer, one of my trusted buyers here locally. She buys tons of properties from me. So, okay. So go out. She has her guys who does her inspection and meet me at the house. And so we go out. Again, I go to the property, can't get in, can't get inside. So I call them again. I say, you know what? I say, there's nobody here. The power appears to be off in the house. So they say, you know what, go to the back door, you should be able to get in. Again, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I didn't do it. If I go in somebody's house, anything is liable to happen when you look like me. You know what I mean? So but the inspector, he saw the house, and he reached through. The glass was broken on the back door. He reached through and opened the back door, and he said, hey, I'm in. I said, you're in? He said, okay. So, we both proceed to go in. Now, the house was a mess. It was almost unlivable, right? And so we go through, and, kitchen is basically demolished. There's a stove in there. There's an AC. They do have internet. They have a router there. But it's almost unlivable. The bathroom, I can't even describe it. It was just a mess. And so we get in there into the bedroom, and we start to hear something walking, something like whining. And there was a dog in there. There was a dog, I think it was a German Shepherd. You can tell he hadn't eaten in probably 2-3 days. Probably he was weak. He was just lying down. He was trying to bark, but he was just weak. And I found some dog food there in the house. I poured the dog some food, but it was cold in there. He didn't have anything really. And so I called the owner, hey, there's a dog in here. Not sure if he's yours or not. But he said, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's dog. So he knew who the dog belonged to, but somebody had left the dog in the house. I couldn't believe it. I was gonna call animal control to come get the dog. He said, no, just leave him there. So but fast forward, we basically were in an empty, vacant house with the dog in there. No one had been there in I would say probably a week or so. Make a long story short, the person that was living there was the owner's mom and stepdad. Now, his mom and stepdad were living there. The owner lived out of state. I think he was in Michigan, somewhere up north. Hadn't been to the property ever, but his mom and stepdad were living there. They had no idea he was going to sell the property. So I come in, and They asked me what I was doing, and so I told him I was an inspector of the house, which we were, and he was gonna sell the property from out from under his mother, which was crazy to me. But he really didn't care. He needed the money. He was struggling. He was miles and miles away. He really doesn't come down south. He was gonna sell the property and basically leave his mother out to dry.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And so I spoke to him. I spoke to his girlfriend, spoke to the mother, and just see what their options were. I don't want to put anybody out. I want to make sure I understand everything because I'm involved here. I have to be the mediator. And what happened was the mother didn't have anywhere to go. She's on disability. She had a set paycheck every month. I remember like it was yesterday. It was $781 per month that she got every month. She gave me all of her letters from the VA that I can look at. She gave me her login. They trusted me, right? And she gave me her, everything, her awards letter from the VA, everything. And it was $781 per month. So I said, hey, what if I could get you approved to live here through my buyer? However, remember, they aren't paying any rent. They're just living here. So I said, what if I can get you approved, if we buy the property, get you approved to pay rent to continue living here? Would that be an option for you? And I knew it would be a challenge because she didn't get much income. And the husband, the stepdad, didn't work either. So it was a challenge. And we had come to an agreement on getting them approved, getting them staying there. And here comes the curveball. We get ready to sign the documents with the mom, Elise, staying there. And I get a phone call from another lady. It turns out that is the owner's, which is the guy who stays up north, he has a sister that I didn't know about. So she comes in really aggressive.
This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
You're selling the house. You're buying this house. My mama's living here. And she's really, really aggressive, right? And apparently her and the brother have not spoken in years. So you can imagine, everybody's coming at me. Everybody's coming at me. The sister that comes in aggressive, she's coming at me. The mom is coming at me. The stepdad is coming at me. The person that lives up north, he is coming at me. His girlfriend is coming at me, right? And I'm dealing with about 7 or 8 people, in the situation. And I almost said, screw it. I'm not gonna make much money anyway. I was probably gonna make $7,000-8,000. It's not worth my time. I was just ready to be done with it. And I said, you know what? I got involved. Let's see it through. And so, having flashbacks. And I remember coming to an agreement to where the sister, she wanted some money. And she wasn't happy with the amount of money she was gonna get. Blah, blah, blah. She went back and forth. And now we started to talk, and now her boyfriend wants to speak to me, right? It's okay, it's cool, get him on the phone. And the boyfriend wants to get involved, and now they want to move into the house with the mother. So in the house, it's gonna be the mom, the stepdad, the sister, and her boyfriend. So now I have to go back to my buyer to say, hey, because I want to be honest. Hey, this is what the situation is. This is who wants to live here. And the good thing is going to provide more income for the household, but now they have to go back and reevaluate everything. So my buyers did that, and I had to get them reapproved through my buyer. And I go to the girlfriend's not working, so I go through the boyfriend. He's working, and we go to do a background check on him. Turns out he had been arrested. He is out. Had been arrested. He's out. He had some felony charges. Didn't have a license, but he had his federal ID and everything. So no, he had been locked up for some felony charges, drug-related activities, things like that. So he would be talking to me. And we hashed it out. I went to his employer. He worked at a local car wash, and hashed it out. So now I'm cutting out the long part of the story, but anyway, I got them approved again to move into the house. So now we're good to go. And get ready to go to closing, and I get a call from the owner who's in up north. They had a snowstorm. He doesn't know if he can make it, and he doesn't want to sign now. He thought he was going to get more money, but now there's more, he wanted more money, to say the least. So his girlfriend is doing all the speaking for him. She's kind of taking control of the situation. She's speaking. She's more articulate. She can understand what I'm saying. She has an email address, so I can email things back and forth to her to get the thing closed. And so she wanted to come down to North Carolina to stay with family for the holidays, and I guess to see the house, because she felt that they could get more money for it, which they couldn't. So now she's in Michigan or wherever they were. She has a young child. She wants to come down to see the house, or she's not signing. All right. So I'm thinking, okay. I said, so how are you planning on getting down here? I don't know, but I don't have a car. I can't fly. I have a young child. And I said, well, I don't know what I can do. And she said, well, there's a Greyhound bus that I can get on. I said, okay. I said, well, I'll see you here next Tuesday. I don't have any money to come to North Carolina. I don't know if I can't come, we're not signing documents. I'm like, what? But she basically controls everything from the boyfriend. So I said, oh my goodness. So I ended up buying her a bus ticket, her and her daughter, from up north to North Carolina, which is going to be a 2-day trip. I bought her a bus ticket to get the deal closed. So they end up coming down here. I end up she was the power of attorney for her boyfriend, which was totally fine. She signed everything. Everybody signed everything. And we finally got the deal closed. It wasn't on time, but we got it closed. So let me go back through. And look, to make it all, I didn't make it. I made like $4,000 because I had to give them more money to get the deal closed, including the bus ticket, including everything else I had to pay for to get this deal done. And it wasn't worth it, but I stuck it through because I don't want to, not stick true to my word. And so I think I made like $4,000 in the deal, but that is probably, hands down, the most frustrating deal I've been a part of. For one, the seller, which was the guy that lived in Michigan, his girlfriend, right? Those two were up north. I have the tenant, which is his mom, her husband, which is his stepdad, that's 4, the sister, 5, her boyfriend, that's 6. 6 people who were all involved. These people were not just sitting back passive. They were calling me, they were emailing me. They wanted to know what was going on. 6 people that I had to get all on the same page, different personalities, different needs, different wants. And this is a part of the business where people don't tell you about, especially online. But this is something that you have to do as an investor, as a business owner, as in life. Everybody's not gonna have the same personality, different wants, different needs, but it's up to you and as the investor to be the mediator, to make everybody, to explain things thoroughly to everybody. I did a good job at that, and I didn't make much money, but that was a lesson learned for me, for sure. But I probably would never do it again. So, oh man, I'm just having flashbacks now, all the headaches. But man, but listen, I listen. If you have any questions, drop me a comment. What would you have done? If that were you, what would you have done? Would you have just said screw it? Would you have, stuck through like I did? Would you have just, ignore the phone calls? Drop me a comment. What would you have done if that were you? Until next time, guys. Thank you so much.